We have an expert in the field of parenting, and we need a topic from you. She's going to do a slideshow, any parental topic, so we need a suggestion from the audience. You, sir.
Breastfeeding?
I'm sorry? Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, absolutely. Let me bring up Dr. Schwartz. Dr. Schwartz is an expert in the art of breastfeeding. Give it up for Dr. Schwartz over here. Dr. Schwartz, oh, yes. Can you see me? She's wearing her special glasses. Thank you. Let's get a share here for you, Dr. Schwartz. And Dr. Schwartz is going to give her slideshow topic on breastfeeding. You are.
Oh, thank you so much for coming tonight. And of course, you know we have a library of so many slideshows. But you've picked an excellent one this evening. Breastfeeding goes back far as we know from time. I mean, it's a necessity, two-legged, four-legged. So, we are going to start. We've got a wonderful assistant back there, Miss Claudia. She will put in the first slide. Thank you, Miss Claudia. Now here we're starting with a group that is like Sweden and Norway. Now these people are so open-minded, you know. Simply fabulous. They breastfeed in public. They breastfeed on public transportation. It's an excellent way. It keeps everything out and aired, and there's no secrecy. I mean, poor mothers are meant to feel like, you know, this is something, oh, don't show the children. No, not here. We're all out in the open here in Sweden. And the next slide, please. Oh, here we go. Now this is the respite piece. After the baby has been fed, we have a little burping, and then we have time to sit and relax and let the baby just cuddle off to sleep with a little full belly, and it gives mother time to give herself a little rest. You know, there are biters out there. I would find it hard-pressed not to give a little smack to that little biter. But now, if we're going to be on the up and up, this is a natural thing that happens. And there's babies being born. I think the latest statistic was every 50 seconds. So we know this is happening in every continent on the planet. Now, we may go into a farm scene on our next slide, Claudia, just to show you the four-legged. You know, it's again as natural as anything can be in the barnyard. We have, you know, the little monkeys breastfeed, giraffes breastfeed. Some of the little babies get a little over anxious, you know, feeding time is come and gone, and they're getting a little restless here. But mothers know how to calm those babies because, of course, they have the treat. So they are in control of it. But then even in the barn scenes, you find babies being somewhat patient, but mothers really carry the most patience. And now we can go to our next slide, Claudia. This slide is the process we call weaning. Now, weaning, it really even just sounds like a bad word, but it is necessary, very, very necessary. Otherwise, you can't take this child into kindergarten and take time to stop things like that. No. So weaning is many different, an array of ways to approach weaning. We give them pacifiers. We let them wean a little less throughout the day, and in this way, we're not shunning the child away from us. You know, when the child knows there's love, knows who's mommy and daddy, mummy and mummy, daddy and daddy, however it works. They know that they're not being cut off at the knees, because we certainly wouldn't want that. There's something I just forgot back in slide 2, Claudia. If we could just go back, I could just pinch myself when I forget something that's ever so important. And this is the introduction of the breast to the child. Some children latch on immediately and some don't. Mothers, do not stress, because that will just really pump you all up and the milk goes right to your ankles. So let's just stay peaceful and calm, maybe a little mood music, whatever you might need. And I know that's hard when you've got a child going, "Ah!" So just know that you two will bond and become as one. And for our next to the last slide, now again, the weaning process has gone through. Most children have taken it quite well. Others, oh, it's still a little testy. But now at this point, I'm sure there's a lot of questions from the audience. Any questions here? Yes, my dear Molly.
Can we hear a screaming song?
A screaming song. Well, that might be interesting. Oftentimes slideshows don't have audio, but perhaps, Claudia, can we just do a little adjustment? We need a screaming song. My goodness, thank you, Claudia. Yes, my lady.
Can you explain to me what's going on over here on the far left?
Now here we have 2 siblings, and they're attempting to, make their own way after the weaning process. So we've taken a noodle from the pool, and we're simply using it as, a replacement. The noodle is like a stretched out, which sometimes our nipples do feel that way. Stretched out, and one child suckles while the other one pretends it's mommy, and then vice versa. Any other questions? Yes.
Can you speak to the discipline happening on the right here?
The discipline. Oh, now see. Sometimes when mommy's not around, because of course she's gone back to work, daddy is in the position of looking over at the household. Now we have children that start grabbing at daddy. They want that nipple. They don't care where it comes from. Papa, mama. So I think this is the scene you are reflecting on. And our final slideshow, please. Now this, for the most part, is as we've grown into adults and we are fully weaned. Some fellers may take this into their relationships and always wanting a mommy on the scene. And it is very hard for us women, but stick to it. We're not your mommy. So pick up your own clothes, maybe even do a load of laundry. Heavens to Murgatroyd, it could happen. And so we have a lovely little family here, all back together and totally accomplished in adulthood. Thank you so much for coming this evening. We couldn't have done it without